Chag Sukot, it says in the Torah, in the end of Parashat Emor, אך ב15 יום לחודש השביעי באוספכם את תבואת הארץ, תחוגו את חג אדוני 7 ימים ביום הראשון שבתון ויום השמיני שבתון. And then it starts telling us what is included in the mitzvah of Sukkot. ולקחתם לכם ביום הראשון פרי עץ הדר וכפות תמרים וענף אבות וערבי נחל ושמחתם לפני אדוני אלוהיכם 7 ימים. You have the mitzvah ארבעת המינים in that pasuk. When you take a look at Rashi, he brings out what are those ארבעת המינים. And let's see what Rashi says. Rashi says, ולקחתם לכם ביום הראשון פרי עץ הדר. What's considered פרי עץ הדר? עץ שטעם עצו ופריו שווה. The tree and the fruit has the same flavor, has the same taste. פרי עץ הדר, עץ שטעם עצו ופריו שווה. Second indication of what this fruit is, hadar, hadar באילנו משנה לשנה. It stays on the tree from one year to another year. It's not like a regular fruit that you have to pick when the season is over. Rather, it stays through the whole year. Hadar באילנו משנה לשנה. Therefore, the conclusion, Rashi says, זהו אתרוג. We have over here two ways to explain and come to the conclusion that we're talking about etrog. First, the flavor is the same as the tree and the fruit. Secondly, it has that quality that it stays in the tree for the whole year. And that's the indication that this is etrog. Second thing that the pasuk is talking about is kapot tmarim. Kapot tmarim is the lulav. Rashi says, chaser vav limed she'ena ela achat. It's missing the vav, and therefore it doesn't read kapot, but rather kapat. You read it kapot, but you can read it kapat. And therefore that shows me that it is a lulav. The Rashi over here is very strange, because before, in the previous Rashi, we explained what is the meaning of Pri Etz Hadar, which is etrog. Now Rashi jumps, instead of explaining kapot marim, why it should be a lulav, Chazal tell us different reasons why is this a lulav. Instead of that, Rashi goes and tells me how many lulavim you need. Only one. It's not consistent. In the first Rashi explained to me that it's a etrog. Second Rashi explains to me how many lulavim you need. Not that it is a lulav to define what this pasuk means, kapot marim. Then it goes to anaf etzavot. Again, over here, Rashi says שענפיו כלואים באבותו, כאבותות וחבלים. This, the leaves are made like chavalim and avotot, which means it's very complicated, one on top of the other. It's weaved one on top of the other. וזהו הדס, העשוי כמין כלייה. And therefore, that's an indication that it's a das. And then, on Arava, Rashi doesn't say anything. He ignores the Arava altogether. So we have something strange. On etrog, Rashi needs to give me two reasons why I know that it's a etrog. On hadas, he tells me one thing, only the fact that it's weaved one on top of the other, just like ropes are one to the other. And then on lulav, he tells me how many there are, not what it is. And Arava ignores completely. Why is that? I was thinking, a nice perush, and that is that we need to know that after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where the verdict for each person was sealed, then we have that time from Yom Kippur till Sukkot to get ready for that new year with the new judgment. And each person has his own judgments. Kama Kadosh Baruch Hu tells us, listen, there's 4 different varieties of how to take those different options and apply them for the new coming year. Different ways of how to prepare each one for his own verdict. And we don't know what's our verdict. Hopefully all good. But comes the Torah and tells us there's different ways of how to prepare, and the Torah tells us what's the best way that one should be prepared and come for the new year in the best possible way. And that is the way. First is, says the Torah, ולקחתם לכם ביום ראשון פרי עץ הדר. What's פרי עץ הדר? Rashi tells us, עץ שטעם עצו ופריו שווה. The tree is not the fruit, but if you take a look at the sweet thing, which is the fruit of the etrog, that's the fruit, that's the good thing, that's what you eat. And the etz, the tree itself, that we don't eat, we need to know that if we look at the good together with the tree itself, it has nothing in it with the bad. And we both elevate to be Tam, Etzo, V'Piryo Shavim, both equal, both the same. We treat them the same way. We understand that both are from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The good and the not so good. They both are good. Even though it doesn't look good, it looks like a etz. It looks like plain, no taste, no flavor, nothing. But it has that feeling within us that etz shetam, etzo piryo shaveh, which means we will feel the good within the tree itself. That is the best way to come to the new year. And if so, one would be able to feel that goodness from beginning of the year till the end of the year. Hadar bi'ilano mishana leshana. That's the etrog. That's the best way, possible way. And then you have those that don't feel the good within the things that seems to be harsh, seem to be hard, seem to be bitter. And that is the tamar. Kapot tmarim. Kapot tmarim, Rashi says chaser vav. It's missing the vav. What's the vav? Vav is part of name of Hashem. When you take that off, really in reality the Torah says it's kapot. It's two. It's good and bad together. Both should be good. But if a person took that vav away from the Shem Hashem Yudke Vavke, it's just like it says by Amalek, Ki yad al kes ka milchama la'Hashem ba'Amalek midor dor, which means the kis'o shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not shalem, it's missing, say Chazal, which means it only has the Yud-Ke, but the Vav and the Hey was taken out. And therefore, it's missing, it's bitter. As long as we're there, until Mashiach comes, the Kis'o shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shalem, we feel the bitterness. So comes the Torah and says, Kapot Marim, person that took away the Vav, Chaser Vav, Limet she'eno ela achat. If a person comes to the new year missing the Vav, of course things are going to be harsh and hard. And then you have those that have a different approach, and that is everything is complicated. Enough etz avot, everything is weaved, everything is complicated. Come to the year and you have a lot of different options of what to do and how to do, and you are complicated. You have within them complexity. You don't know what the new year is bringing. Some people know it's bitter. Some people know it's good. Some people know the way, although they don't like that way, but they know where they're going. Some people have that year. Things that come through the year that they don't know how to handle. All kind of things within things within things. You don't know if they make such a decision, if that's going to be good. If not, they should make a different decision if that's going to be good. And they're overwhelmed with making the right decision. That is enough etzavot. The year could bring also such scenarios. And then you have the Arava. Arava, Rashi doesn't say anything. He ignores the Arava. Why is that? Because some people are in a state of Arava, which means they don't know where they are. They don't know what they're doing. They don't even have the options of going right or left, taking that job or not, taking that shidduch or not, going through with what they have right now or changing the position. They don't know. Some people don't even have that. They don't have good and they don't have bad. They're just in a limbo stage. They don't know where they are, what they're doing. Such people are compared to Arava. And comes the Torah and says, when the year starts, you take and grab all four different options and you put them together and try to elevate them and bring the three minim close to the etrog and make sure that the etrog teaches that although things seems to be not the way we actually exactly want, but learn from the etrog that etz shepiryo ve'etzo shavim. We should take that and sense the etrog, that it teaches us that even the bitterness, even things that are not the best way that we would want it to be, we can elevate that as long as we put the yudke in it. We don't do like the lulav does. The lulav is chaser vav. We took away the vav, although it's kapot. The Torah says kapot. It's an interesting thing. The Torah says kapot, and she takes away the vav to read it kapat. Why is that? Why is this game? Either if you want it to be one, say kaf to marim. That's all. If you want it kapot, you want it plural, say kapot with a vav. Why is it that it's saying kapot and taking away the vav? That we should understand that it should be without a vav. But that is the understanding. That really in reality everything is like the etrog tam she'etzo piryo shavim. It's two. The good and the bad come from the same source, from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And if we understand that the bad is also good, we understand that nothing bad comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But we view things as, instead of kapot, as kapat. We take away the vav. Once we take away the vav, we stuck, and we don't know that the bad is also from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's very, very hard to live in a feeling that everything is bad. If we put that flavor back in the bed, the tam, pirio, even in the etz, we'll elevate all those different options of the lulav, of the hadassim and the aravot to become like the etrog, that everything is good. That's why you wrap them all together and you start the new year. Comes HaKadosh Baruch Hu and says, the verdict of Yom Kippur was sealed. But you need to know that you can bring all those things and understand that they're really meant to be all good. Chag Sameach.